Hello, my name is James Esparza. Thank you for clicking on this video and welcome to World Without End. I just recently got myself a brand new microphone, wanted to do a little shilling, and we're going to get right into the video. World Without End is a brand new and original sci-fi fantasy universe that I'm currently building, and I currently have one short story already released that is Rooster's Crow here. You can find the link to Rooster's Crow on my website at worldwithoutendlore.com. Completely free read, very short. You'll be done with it in like 20 minutes. It comes with a lovely PDF you're actually going to really enjoy. Put a lot of time and effort into it. We're going to be releasing one free short story on the 15th of every month on our Substack here. Worldwithoutendlore.substack.com is where you could find that information. That's worldwithoutendlore.substack.com. With that, let's get to the video, all right? This is a bit off the cuff, but I wanted to do a shorter introductory video. Like I said, just got a brand new microphone, sounds better, and I know a lot of people don't got a lot of time on their hands. And so far, I've been uploading shorts, and if you've been keeping an eye on the shorts, you know that they really are hard to follow because World Without End is really sci-fi and really fantasy, all right? Let's dig straight into this. World Without End is a new, fresh fantasy sci-fi world full of diverse landscapes and interesting, unique civilizations that strive to exist in a world of both ancient kingdoms and futuristic cities, technological wonders built decades ago, and mystical creations that live and breathe together in this ever-evolving world of adventure and terror. Three kingdoms of light, born into an endless plane of complete darkness. These lands are but a single blot of light, illuminated by the light rays above. Darkness lurks in that abyss that surrounds us. I hope that sounds interesting, but this is what we're going to be focusing on. What is World Without End? Besides everything that I threw in here, World Without End truly revolves around this single blot of light and these three kingdoms. These three kingdoms were at constant war with each other for decades. It was considered a multi-hundred-year war that eventually ended when these creatures of the abyss, the surrounding darkness on all sides, decided to assault them and keep up this relentless assault, forcing these three kingdoms into a very stringent alliance. And over the years, they have created a new culture with much more acceptance of each other to a degree. They pretty much have lines in the sand, say, this is your territory, this is our territory. Whatever you need of us to help fend off the darkness, we'll give, but we kind of want to keep it limiting because they really don't trust each other at the same time. Their cultures essentially were birthed during this war from other cultures that existed in other kingdoms that were wiped out. And this long war has left a true stain on this world of theirs, and the world itself has truly been shifted by it. Let's go ahead and scroll down one. We'll go ahead and discuss that war a little bit. No matter where in the lands of light one may find themselves, everyone knows of the war. It is said that the war lasted for generations, involving all kingdoms known and unknown alike. This war wiped out generations of people and knowledge alike. It was only when the dark creatures attacked from the abyss that the kingdoms of light were forced to unite under one banner. Their years of warfare tested when they realized the assaults from the dark abyss that surrounded them would not cease. The armies of light fell into a stringent alliance for the sake of their very survival. This is where the history began again. This is where history began again. Had to repeat that one. This was called Year Zero. This is an important time frame because it truly elapses everything. Truly shows you how these characters got here and where they're going in a sense. Because right now, they're only striving for survival, these kingdoms. And this war truly did wipe out so much of their past. In this world, there is a god. It is a singular god. They were created by this god, but they don't remember this god because a lot of the information of the deity has been lost due to war, along with so much, along with the very reason the light rays exist, the very reason the light exists. All this has been lost to war. And we're going to scroll down, and I'm going to introduce you to the three kingdoms. We got videos coming up, longer videos breaking down each and every single one of these kingdoms. Before I start, I also want to address something you may have noticed. I actually use AI art. I address this because I know there's a fair amount of people that believe it to be theft. After looking into how it actually operates, don't believe it to be theft. But ultimately, my end goal is to replace all AI art with real art. And in fact, before AI art came to be, I was never able to get this far because art in itself is actually quite expensive. And I thought I was going to be using my life savings, purchasing one piece of art after the other, just to initially introduce people to the concept. AI art has helped me overcome that. And indeed, if and when I start selling products revolving around this world, it will be with art made by professionals, because there's a lot of stuff AI art cannot make that I need make involving this world. As it is, it's too detailed. With that said, here are your kingdoms of light. These are the three kingdoms that came to be and exist. Each of these is its own link you can click on, and it'll take you to a page with information on all of them. We're going to focus on the Dune first. I'm going to give you a quick breakdown of each, and then later on I'm going to have a video of all of them. The Dune. During the war, these were much more of a defensive type of people. They were positioned in a very great area, and they had a river to use as a bit of a border and create a defensive structure there to defend them from the ongoing battles. And they became kind of like God's blessed people, those who would not partake in this continuous assault against their fellow man. And they themselves actually house a lot of the knowledge of the war and of the time before war, because they are an ancient kingdom who were able to actually withhold a lot of this information within them and not have to worry about being breached or destroyed like the many other kingdoms that used to litter the land, and the small tribes of people and the small kingdoms that are no longer there, unheard of, unremembered, and just gone. Next, and also I should say, these are your magic users. These people are your magic users. In this world, we don't call it magic. This is introductory. When I make the video on them, you're going to get a lot more information, all right? Or you can watch our 20-minute video. The audio is not so good compared to this, but you are going to get a video on them sooner rather than later, so don't worry about that. If you like it, please subscribe. Please come back, check out more, and prepare for greater videos of gigantic lore breakdowns that I'm hoping to keep roughly around the 10-minute mark. Now, next is the Whitlow Kingdom, which is your cyberpunk kingdom. These guys have a gigantic wall on all sides. They do not actually have the greatest of positions. They have a gigantic wall on all sides, and they're very much a kingdom that does not like to share and likes to keep to themselves. And they live in this gigantic cityscape of all these small villages that grew, and eventually when the industrial era hit for them, they expanded to such magnificent sizes that all land of Whitlow was basically taken up. And now these cities, although they have all this magnificent technology, are at cold war with one another because they want to overtake and kind of control what the other cities have. And so the cities don't necessarily work too well together, and they very much fight against one another, and it's shown in the populace. And of course, it's cyberpunk, so you know there's a lot of crime, you know there's a lot of corruption, you know there's going to be a lot of bad guys. We have your corporations, your corporate schemings, your technological wonders, your crazy weaponry. It's all going to be found here in the cyberpunk faction. And now, we're off to the third guys, which are the Daughter. These are your more traditional sword and sandals kind of guy, yet at the same time, a hybrid. They are primarily inspired by 15th century Europe, primarily Spain in Europe. And they have been blessed by this mystical creature that they call the Phoenix, and they next to worship this thing. And nobody else really believes in the Phoenix, but they cannot deny that the daughter, those who are considered true-born daughter of daughter blood, are particularly strong. And they are basically miniature Captain Americas who can withstand fire. Their armies are some of the most well-trained armies that there are across the land. And even against the Whitlonian technology, they do put up one hell of a fight. And that's particular to their capability of moving on feet and knowing the land. They believe every land is an eventual battlefield. So they get to know the land, the biomes and the different areas, and they plan battle strategies knowing, like, if we never fought here and we had to fight here, where would we position our armies? They know this for the entire lands of light. These guys are masters of warfare, masters of art, masters of strategy, and a majority of the merchant-based guilds come from their land. These guys take all that strategy and have applied it to their economy, and they have grown into something magnificently powerful. All right? So if these three kingdoms sound interesting to you, these three kingdoms sound cool, check out the short lore videos. There's roughly 30 plus right now that you can tear through. They each have small pieces of information, may it be from location, info structure, or characters. It's all there, and there's more coming every day. A lot of it does not seem like it's tied together, but all this takes place in the exact same kingdom, the exact same lands of light. All right? So leave a comment down below what you think and what you'd like to see so I know which videos to make. And subscribe, give me some support. Read that short story I posted. And thanks. Thanks for your time. Thanks for joining me on this journey. And I hope that you come back for more. Thanks.